Okay, so welcome everybody. So we're going to first start off with our prayer. So, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, as we gather here today at this meeting, we ask that you will be in our midst. Help us and guide us to make the best decisions of the AMHS community. Help us to be able to discuss the matters at hand in a reasonable way and address the issues. God, let this meeting be productive, and as should be in the case in all areas of our lives, help us to keep you at the forefront of our minds as we do the work set before us. Amen. Okay, well, again, welcome everybody. I am going to share my screen to provide everybody the agenda for today. So can everybody see my screen? Okay, great. So first of all, I thought we would do introductions. So as we always do. So my name is Denise Montoya, and I have a daughter who is a 2019 alum at UW, and I have a son, Elliot, who is a sophomore. Denise, do you want to? I'm going to try to scroll through here so that you know who's up next. So Denise?
Sure, yeah. Denise Janish, I work in the development office. Just had a new grandbaby about 10 days ago, so super excited about that. Anyway, anything auction you need to know, just contact me.
Great. Sue?
Hi, I'm Sue Adams, and I have a sophomore boy, Will, and I have two graduates, 2015, 2017.
Great. Alicia?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Alicia Mitchell, and I'm the principal of Archbishop Murphy.
Stephen?
I'm Stephen Pickensher. I have a daughter, Kenny Ann, who is a freshman this year.
Great. Welcome. Trina?
Hi, I am Trina Coleman, and I have a son, Blake, who is a junior this year.
Great. TAMIF. Tamif? Okay, we'll go on to Anne.
Good morning, everybody. Ann Eisen. My son is Christian Eisen, and he is a junior there at Archbishop.
Great. Naomi.
Good morning, everybody. Naomi Lester. I have a graduate from 2019 and a current junior with whom I'm doing lots of virtual college fairs, which has been pretty fun.
That's great. Elena.
I'm Eliana.
Sorry, Eliana.
Nope,
Eliana.
totally fine. Totally fine.
I screw it up every time because my daughter's name is too close.
No worries. I am a campus minister here, and I also teach senior theology.
Great. Welcome, Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. I'm Bethany Carino, and I'm part of the student council, and I'm a senior.
Great. Thank you. Welcome. Jeff.
I'm Jeff Latta, and I'm the Dean of Students.
Mark.
Mark Leone, Associate Athletic Director and Head Football Coach, and graduated in 06.
Great. Trina, I think you showed up twice here.
Hey, Denise, Jana will be joining us. She's just going to be coming in a little late.
Okay, and I see I've got two people in here. Christy?
Hi, Christy Choi, and my son is a new student. His name is Juno.
Great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see, I'm getting a little out of order here. Lene?
Hi, I'm Lene, and I have a senior. His name is Eric.
Great. Julie?
Can you let the dogs? Oh, sorry.
How about Kathleen?
Morning, my name's Kathleen. I have twin boys, Grant and Spencer, they're sophomores.
Great. Did I get everybody? Did I miss anybody? Okay. If not, I'm going to pass it over to Alicia.
All right, good morning, everybody. Okay, so I wanted to start with a brief principals report, and I'm going to try to, I always get excited when I talk all about various student life events, but I'm going to try to refrain from that because we've got Bethany here this morning to help represent the student life events. And so I don't want to steal her thunder, but I can chime in and add anything that, if there's something that I'm aware of in the works that Bethany can capture. I'll speak less to student life this morning. I wanted to start with staff professional development and some of the great work that we've been doing, which is largely tied to our work around wellness and spirituality. Just recently, this past week, we had a phenomenal training that we actually had scheduled for last March, believe it or not. And then obviously a lot has changed since then, and we're now able to do it virtually. This past week through South Snohomish Fire and Rescue, we did a virtual training called Act to Save a Life. And the Act to Save a Life training is not a certification training. It is hands-only, compression-only CPR. It is how to recognize the signs of opioid overdose and how to respond in that situation, and how to do bleed control measures. It's a great course for anybody who just needs the basics and doesn't have time to invest in a full day first aid, CPR, and AED training. It also included using defibrillators, and we have AED devices throughout our buildings. It's also a good throughout our buildings. As somebody who is first aid certified, I thought it was a great refresher course as well. I heard that from others too. So our entire faculty and staff participated. Gail Wellenstein, a director of our health studies program, helped to coordinate this training for us in collaboration with Jordan James, our director of wellness, and with me. And it also was helpful because last school year, through the generosity of the Fulcrum Foundation and also a matching parent donation, we were able to purchase bleed control kits for most of the classrooms in our buildings. And it's great that we have those. We're hoping to get them in all classrooms, hopefully very. And bleed control or something that we had in my previous school, but also something that spoke to me as there's been a national movement through Stop the Bleed organization, where they're trying to get training, especially into schools or other organizations where large gatherings of people may be, because the number one way to prevent preventable death in a mass sort of casualty situation, which could be a natural disaster or some type of, the thing we never want to talk about, but some sort of act of violence or whatnot, is to be able to implement bleed control measures before EMTs or first responders arrive. So that includes tourniquet training and a special gauze that's absorbent, and we learned how to use that through our training. So again, not always a cheery topic, but something that definitely can be vital to the safety and wellness of students and staff at Archbishop Murphy. We also had another really exciting professional development opportunity earlier this month for our staff that I think directly impacts our students and also is reflective of our work around spirituality and wellness. We brought in Kevin Ashworth of Northwest Anxiety Institute. He's an expert on adolescent anxiety and a psychologist. I first learned of Kevin when he was featured in a New York Times article, and was able to bring him out to my previous school. Loved working with him and said, "You got to come out to Archbishop Murphy," and he said yes. He's actually featured in a video that features an alumni, Jordan James, our director of wellness, and Kevin Ashworth, the psychologist from Northwest Anxiety Institute, that students will view in their community period classes today. October being Mental Health Awareness Month, just helping to give students some guidance and support, especially in these unique times. It also We will bring Kevin Ashworth back to work with the faculty again by popular demand in November. So he'll be back with us again. So he's a great resource and has been very supportive of our school. Not only have I had positive experiences with Kevin Ashworth in the past, but I know he's done, his practice is in the Portland area, and he's done quite a bit of work in schools in that area, including in the Archdiocese of Portland. So he's familiar with Catholic schools as well, which always speaks to me. In the wellness event today, in the video that's going to be shared with students through their community period classes, they're also going to go over how do you access your counselors in this time of remote learning, some kids on campus, all different things happening. So counselors also have a Moodle page set up that students can access that also includes college information. They did their annual fall college information night, and it was about the same attendance levels that they tend to have when it's physically here, but they were able to record it, and it's posted so that the target audience really is juniors and seniors, but it's open to all students to view. So if there's younger students who just want a preview of what's to come, that is available on the counselor's Moodle page, or if there's juniors and seniors who missed it and just want some more information, our counselors recorded that and it's posted on the counseling Moodle page. Then this week we have a few calendar things to take note of, and I just want to talk you through the calendar parts, but also share what we're doing, why these days are in place. Originally, tomorrow was supposed to be our PSAT testing day, and rather than disrupt the whole calendar, we decided to leave that day in the calendar, and tomorrow we've moved the PSAT testing to a January alternate date, which is January 26th, when 9th through 11th grade students can participate in PSAT testing. Tomorrow, though, we left that testing day built in, and we thought it would be a great day for some asynchronous work time, review time, study time, a little break from screen time. As we know, everybody gets Zoom fatigue and can use some breaks here and there. So that's a great day for students those who are caught up on their work, maybe get a little extra rest, maybe work ahead a little, do a little review. Those who have assignments that they're either starting to get behind on or are needing that study time, use that day to really get some traction in their work. Then we'll have school on Thursday as scheduled. And then on Friday, that was originally scheduled for staff professional development, and we're keeping that day in place. Every year, we have catechetical certification requirements to fulfill through the Archdiocese of Seattle as part of our identity as a Catholic school. And part of that work is an annual Christ in the Classroom retreat. Typically, we're required to do that all in one day, which is what we did last year, and it worked great. Although we've been allowed to divide that up into segments. So we're going to do the first part of that on Friday and do some other learning around Christ in the classroom at the very beginning of second semester. So that's what the faculty and staff will be doing. It's also picture retake day for those who need a picture retake. So you can certainly get a picture retake on that day if you need it. And then let's see, we have tomorrow the town hall meeting for families, for parents and guardians. It's at 5 p.m. Steve Schmetz, our president, and myself will be presenting. We are actively reviewing the COVID-19 transmission rates, and we've been able to bring in very small cohorts of 9th and 10th graders, and then we're evaluating for plans of how and when to bring 11th and 12th graders onto campus. And it's still in the works. I'm not trying to withhold anything here. We're just still actively going through all that information, and we'll be presenting tomorrow on that. If you're unable to attend the town hall meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m., it will be recorded, and we'll send it out again after the fact. Let's see here. We've got campus ministry with us today, so I'm going to skip my notes on campus ministry. We also have, I know some of you have students who've been participating in our strength and conditioning program where they can earn PE credit if they're doing it for credit. And we're now going to layer on an opportunity to earn some art credit through the fall play. It's usually not a 4-credit experience, but it's going to be a little bit more involved this year because the fall play will be a movie and it'll be done in cohort groups. So if your student is involved in fine arts, that opportunity will be coming soon, and Carrie Wright and Brent Stainer will be getting more information out soon about how that will be starting in very small cohort groups in a similar model to strength and conditioning. As we've transitioned some very small cohort groups of 9th and 10th graders onto campus, we are We've had staff that are in a variety of situations. Many of them are now back with us. Some of them are transitioning back, but I know some of you I was able to help to provide coverage in some of our theology classes, and some of our new 9th grade families in the room. I even got to meet your students this week, so that was, and last week, and that was really fun to get to meet them and have some new faces on campus too. So hopefully our 9th graders are transitioning well and getting a chance to meet one another and make some connections with their peers. It's just really great to have kids back here, and so far it's gone really well and really smoothly, and it's validated all that planning and preparation we did to be ready for bringing some kids back. We also have a few new staff faces joining us. Just this week, Dr. Sean Fretzy joined us in our theology department. He recently moved here from out of state. He started doing a little bit of remote teaching this past week, which is brave, from out of state. And he's now here physically in Washington. Very excited to be here. I'm going to look at my notes here, my cheat sheet here. He's teaching our sophomores, and he recently completed his doctoral studies in theology and church history from the University of South Africa. He's excited to be returning to the high school classroom. He has high school teaching experience at Garces Catholic High School in California. And he also has just a very interesting background. He holds a master's in pastoral ministry and church history. He also has a BA in philosophy from the University of San Francisco. And he's done everything from teach college level business and ethics courses to serve as an instructor of aeronautical programs, which was drawing from his previous career that he's now retired from as a commercial pilot. So Dr. Fretzy certainly brings so much interesting life experience to the classroom. I'm excited for how that'll benefit our students. We also have Miss Rose Eppers joining our science department about a week and a half ago. She's teaching chemistry, AP chemistry, and environmental science. She joined us most recently with teaching experience from Seattle Public Schools, but she's also taught in the Peninsula and Bainbridge School District. She holds a bachelor's of science in aquatic toxicology and a minor in chemistry. And she also has a master's in science and fishery and microbiology from the University of Washington. She was originally, in the beginning part of her career, she was a lab scientist and discovered her passion for teaching after initially teaching in environmental science summer programs and later serving as the director of educational programs. So both of them are brand new. I know some of your students may have Miss Eppers or Dr. Fretzy. And I just want to just emphasize, I know that it's a unique transition, not only for your kids at this time with all the challenges of online learning, also for them, and we're trying to give them as much support as we can. I know that there's been a few technology hiccups in some of their classes, and we're aware of those technology hiccups, and we're trying our best to support them behind the scenes. They're very happy to be here, very committed, and come to us with great backgrounds. And so if there's been any hiccups around technology or those pieces, please know that we're aware, and we're kind of working through that with them to make sure they're getting the support they need. As I think they've been thrown into the deep end of the pool a little bit and are still smiling and excited to be here. And we're here to try to help them through that. It's certainly unique to transitioning in with all the different layers to what we're doing right now. We also have one other new face joining us in early November. We have Kevin O'Neill, who will be doing school security for us. And he is a former school resource officer, now retiring from that position, and is excited to join us for school security. No, Sean Glennon's not going anywhere. He's still with us as well, but his role has shifted to do some additional facilities support, especially in light of all of the challenges of COVID-19. It's great to have a little bit more facilities support. So those are kind of the main things we have going on in the schoolhouse. And I can jump in if there's any other sort of student life questions that come up, but I don't want to steal Bethany's thunder this morning.
Great. Any additional questions for Alicia before we move on to Jeff? Okay, Jeff.
Not much to add. The freshmen and sophomores who we've had on campus so far have done an amazing job. We instituted the new screening process, which they're able to do directly from their phone, so they don't have to print anything out or anything like that. They're really doing an amazing job wearing their masks throughout the day, cleaning up after themselves, making sure they're washing and disinfecting and doing different things like that. So, hopefully if the numbers start to improve, we're able to get more of our kids back. But I just really want to say that the students are doing an amazing job. I know the juniors and seniors are anxious to get back, and we're looking forward to having them. But in the meantime, I'm just really proud of how our students are doing.
It's great. Any questions for Jeff? Okay, Bethany.
So this month of October is our homecoming month, or would have been our homecoming week. But this year, Student Council decided to make it a homecoming month, which means it is happening the whole month of October as we bring home more students, since the current projection may lead to seniors on campus that first week in November. October is really a month to celebrate coming home. And then Spirit Weeks, we decided that they were going to be separated by class by each week. So last week was seniors. We had Monday as PJ Day, Wednesday as Sports Day, and Friday as a blackout. So this week is juniors, and due to us missing school on Wednesday and Friday, we adjusted it to their Spirit Days being Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And all the classes all have 2 just fun, exciting Spirit Days. And the last day is a student or the school colors. And then a new addition to for social media, Student Council has released Murphy Minute, which is a 1-minute video to update students about college visits, deadlines, or upcoming events. And it's released every Friday, or in this case, Thursday this week. And then we also released a student newsletter this year. I personally am in charge of it, and it is filled with updates, upcoming events, theme of the month, Wildcat Wednesday activities, and student teacher shout outs. And this is released every Wednesday, or for this week, it was today. And then for the theme of the month, this month is Hispanic Heritage Month. And this can be found in the scratching post or on our social medias. And yeah. And then we also had a Wildcat Wednesday activities, which is provided by Student Council, and they are posted on the weekly scratching post. And if we get any submissions from the Wildcat Wednesday activities, we post them on social media. And then we are having more giveaways this year to give out free swag. So one way students can earn swag is by reposting flyers about school events. Students have a chance of getting a sticker pack of their choice. We also have Monday Instagram Lives. If students can answer the daily question by 3 p.m., students can get into a raffle for a prize each week. And then in the scratching post, riddles will be placed somewhere on it. First, use students to email the correct answer to the Murphy Minute. They can win a sticker pack, lanyards, or even a homework pass, depending on the teacher. And then for the Murphy Minute, we'll have a special edition at the end of the month where students can participate to receive a special gift. And then recently, we had a freshman breakfast, and I personally wasn't able to attend, but we had a great turnout with 20 people on the Zoom and more on campus. I went a little fast, so if you have any questions, just go ahead.
No, that was a lot. Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Bethany? Because they're doing a lot of great things for the students. Really appreciate it. Okay, Jana.
Good morning, everyone. So nice to see you. Admissions has we are diving straight into our season this year that of course looks different than it's ever looked before. Starting to do some Zooms with 8th grade classes. Bethany, thank you for being one of the students that helps me out with that. And so we're doing those. Open house will definitely look a little bit different this year. So I kind of want to focus on that since PA is typically involved in open house, and you will have a role this year. I'm sorry if Denise already mentioned it, but so open house is only going to be 1 hour long this year. It's going to be both live and pre-recorded. And so it's basically going to be, a Zoom link. Join us on the Zoom. It will be myself, Alicia, Steve, and then our student speaker. And we'll do a live portion, and then it will be for like 20 or 25 minutes, I call it a choose your own adventure. We'll have a bunch of videos for folks to be able to click on. We're filming every department. We're filming student clubs. We'll have performances from the band and things that they can click on, whatever they're interested in to get more information about. And as well, during this portion, we're going to have a Zoom link for like Q&A with parents. And so that will kind of be where PA will probably come in. I know Denise is going to be reaching out for volunteers, I'm sure, if she hasn't already. And so that will be just we don't know how many people would come to that Zoom room, but just kind of to be there as if you were at the table at open house, ready and willing to answer any questions that folks might have for you. We are also going to be doing a student version of that as well. And so those will run during the choose your own adventure portion. And then we'll come back together to do our traditional tuition raffle at the end. And so we're excited about this option. I'm really excited that we're filming all these videos so that those can live on and people can learn more about each department more in depthly, which we haven't had yet. And so I'm excited, and hopefully we get a great turnout. Otherwise, just moving forward, we're going to have information sessions like we normally do here via Zoom. And then we will also, I'm going to be hosting informal drop in my Zoom room for some coffee with me on Friday mornings for anyone who might have any questions, just kind of to hang out. I also have opportunities for folks to schedule one-on-ones with me. I am giving tours if people want tours, as long as they're comfortable wearing a mask and we sort of keep our distance. So just, moving along with admissions. And so if you know of anyone that has questions or might be interested, just pass them along to us. Also, hopefully everybody that's at this meeting has picked up their yard, because not only is it a great way to support our students, but it's also a great way to advertise. So, we draw from so many different zip codes and so many different areas. And so, just when people are driving around and they see a sign that says Archbishop Murphy High School, that totally helps with admissions and kind of gets their mind thinking about it. So if you haven't already picked yours up, please. I did, make some students take a bunch of signs yesterday. So maybe you got yours yesterday, but please, if you wouldn't mind, putting up a yard sign, that would be so helpful. Any questions from anyone?
Jana, this is Sue. I just had a suggestion, and I don't know if you guys are thinking of this, but the shadow visits have always been really popular over the years. Have we thought about doing like a virtual shadow visit?
Yeah, so we I put out to my ambassadors, tell me what classes would be a great opportunity for people to drop in on. Mm-hmm. And then, I want to give the teachers a little bit of time to kind of figure out, are juniors and seniors going to be able to come back soon, just kind of letting it go. But we do have an opportunity for kids right now to schedule one-on-ones with our ambassadors, mm-hmm. Just to kind of chat with another student. And so that's what's out there right now. And then I'm kind of waiting to see exactly where we might be in like a month to see about doing like the drop-ins via Zoom.
Cool.
Yeah, I just wanted to give the teachers a little bit of time to kind of, acclimate to everything. And, we just changed again when we brought students back on campus. So trying to be mindful of that, but yes, we have thought of that.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Great. Anything else for Jana?
Hey, Jana, I was just wondering what is our admission numbers right now?
Yeah, so we have about 460 students. So that is down from about 500 where we typically are at. But honestly, I think we're in really great shape given, where we're at right now. And so we are working hard, kind of retention wise to make sure that kids are feeling okay. Steve, Alicia, and myself will have our email letter that goes out typically every year here, asking parents for feedback, inviting them to talk with us, to meet with us via Zoom if they have any concerns. And so I think really, right now in that regard, we got quite a few transfers this year. So that was good. But right now I think, oh, so sorry, someone's calling me. Focused on, keeping the students that we have and really, keeping those relationships good and making sure everyone's feeling comfortable with everything that's happening is kind of where we're focused. And then, trying to bring in a really great incoming class, which is kind of where our numbers are down this year. Typically, we have 120 to 130 incoming freshmen. We have about 95. So that is where we're missing students. So hopefully we'll get a great incoming class. And then I think we should see our numbers kind of go back to that 500 level.
Great. Any other questions for Jana? Okay, Denise, for development.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Well, we are 1 month out for our dream auction. So our dream auction kicks off next month, November 12th through the 17th. Don't forget to register. We'll be sending out another registration email later today. But all you got to do is just click that button and it takes you right to the create an account page, and it's super easy to do. So we'll be having some raffles and some prizes related to registration. So make sure you get your registration in. Tomorrow, we will be out front and we will be handing out raffle ticket packets and we'll be handing out yard signs. And also Life Touch pictures will be distributed tomorrow from 9 to 12. So it's a great opportunity to come on campus, and you can also register. We're going to have a table set up with a computer and you can register right there. So feel free, park your car, put your mask on, register for the auction, pick up your raffle tickets, pick up your yard sign, and pick up your pictures. So lots of reasons to come visit tomorrow. Let's see, in your raffle tickets, they come in a 10-pack, and when you sell all 10, which they're $20 a piece, you receive 10 parent hours. So if you sell 2 booklets, you have all of your parent hours done. So it's a great opportunity to get those hours out of the way before springtime. You won't have to worry about it. Also, I wanted to bring up today and tomorrow are Prime Day. So we'll be adding some fun stuff onto our Amazon wish list. So be sure to go ahead and visit that wish list if you haven't been on it yet. It's super fun. We've got a lot of great items. We've had huge support from parents purchasing items and sending them to school. So we'll have additional items on there later on today. So please go ahead and visit. We're still looking for items. And items are also listed on the Sign Up Genius. So please, please, please donate to the auction. We would love to have some additional items to add on to there for our virtual event. Another way that you and your family can get involved in the auction is by supporting the family sponsorship. The family sponsorship is a sponsor level where you receive one family dinner. You're featured in the auction sponsor spotlight and newsletters prior to the event, and your family name is acknowledged on the auction software. And then in addition to that, you can become a virtual table sponsor, and that sponsorship allows 2 family dinners, and then 1 deluxe Gala in the Box. Gala in a Box is a pie and a bottle of wine, but for the virtual table sponsor, you get 2 bottles of wine and a nice pie from the Sawmill Cafe. So we're trying to make our live stream auction, which is on November 14th from 6 to 7, fun, exciting. You pick up your meal, you take it home, you turn on the auction, you can turn on the live stream auction on your TV, YouTube video, and we'll be right there. And you can get involved. We have fun live auctions. We have about 5 trips where the expiration has been extended out to 2022. So we've got a trip to Colorado, the Rockies. It's on the water. We have a trip to Bend for 4th of July. We have a Chelan trip. We have a trip to Mexico, Cabo, and that expiration date goes until 2022. So lots of ways to, get involved, to help support the school, all of that good stuff. Oh, and I also wanted to mention Fine Arts has just begun their poinsettia and their wreath sales. So I'm not sure if you saw that yesterday in the announce, but they are selling their poinsettias and wreaths. So lots going on in development. I know there's a lot of information sent to you, but please feel free to contact me at any time with any questions, or if you don't know what we need, please call me. I'm happy to chat with you and get that taken care of for you. Any questions?
Denise?
Yes.
Will there be additional pickup days if you can't make it tomorrow?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can just give us a call at the front desk and you can pick up pictures there, and we can give you all the same stuff. So yeah,
okay,
no problem.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Any other questions for Denise? Okay, Mark.
Hello. Okay, so not much going on in the world of athletics outside last week. The WIAA and the state released new guidelines stating that schools are allowed to practice as long as their district allows, as long as, their health district also allows it. So based on that, we are working on our own school guidelines as well for each individual sport. So there's no confusion from the coaches down to the student level. And then, that's something we're looking at hopefully bringing back once all students are back on campus, as far as the 25% from each grade. So that's kind of what's going on in athletics. Outside of that, we're continuing our lower stadium improvements. It's being done by Mr. Glennon, Mr. Lewandowski, and former graduate Ray Pimentel. So that's been awesome to see, and we're pretty close to being finished. And outside of that, don't forget to sign up in final forms, and physicals can also be uploaded there now. And if there's any questions, just let us know.
Great. Any other questions for Mark? Okay, campus ministry. Eliana?
All right. So we've got a couple things coming up this month. Our Thanksgiving food drive, we're still planning to have that. It's going to look a little different this year. So we do our Thanksgiving food drive in connection with St. Vincent de Paul. And we've contacted them. They are definitely still in need and are really excited to partner with us again this year. We're kicking that off on October 29th. We are still working out a few little details, how things are actually going to look, kind of logistics wise. Last year we did CP competitions, and that was a really fun, awesome experience. I think the kids really got into it. They did a fantastic job, and it was just so awesome to see our school community come together and put together so many Thanksgiving meals for so many families. So this year, instead of CP competitions, we're thinking class competitions. So despite us being distant, I think this will still be a good way to bring our community together and to still give to those who are in need. So again, we're still working out some details, but all that information will come out to our students on October 29th, and we'll make sure to get that information also out in the announce. We'll also utilize the scratching post, and just make sure that that communication is blasted to our community so everyone can participate, including parents, siblings, just families at large. October 30th is our summer service hour deadline. So we ask that students who completed any service hours in the summer, that they input those hours by October 30th. We do this for a number of reasons, one of which is there's a high turnover rate among nonprofit organizations. And so if we try to cap that summer hour deadline at the end of October, then it's easier for those hours to be verified by the organization, so then that campus administrator can approve those hours. And so that is going to go out in the announce. We're going to put it in the scratching post, and Alicia will be posting it to the Moodle page as well for students. So it'll be in a bunch of different areas, making sure that just students know. So if you can remind your students about that input deadline, that would be wonderful. And then our final event we have coming up is in November. It's the start of November 2nd. It's our All Souls Day Mass. I just heard back from the cathedral, St. James Cathedral, and they will be doing a Mass at 8 a.m. on that morning. So we will stream that Mass during our CP period. So it'll be the recording, but we'll get to watch it as a community NCP, similar to what we did for our Mass of Joy and Hope. And that was a wonderful experience. We got a little shout out from the Archbishop, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So just really excited to have that opportunity again. I don't believe the Archbishop is presiding at that Mass, but still a good way for our students to experience the liturgy, even if we are virtual. So those are our most upcoming events. Any questions from anyone?
Great. Thank you. Any other questions for the school before we switch over to the Parent Association reports? Okay, so so first off, I'm going to actually switch here, and so everybody can take a look. So this is our current calendar for the year. Normally in October, we do a faculty and staff appreciation. This is currently on hold, but we're looking for ideas on this. So if anybody has any ideas on something that we could do, we're not looking to do a potluck just because that's not ideal during these circumstances. But if anybody has any ideas, please let me know, and because we'd love to hear about it, as we always want to recognize our faculty and staff, especially during these unique times. And Denise, just raise your hand.
I think I may have a donor that might be able to help, and I have a new company that we're working with in development that might be able to deliver box lunches to our faculty and staff at a discounted rate. So let's talk later offline, Denise, and we'll see if we can make both of those work.
Great. Also, as Jana mentioned, on the 8th of November is the admissions open house. So for the admissions open house, we're going to have our own PA room, and it's really just to facilitate so that people can drop in, ask questions, kind of similar to the situation that we would normally have at the school. So I will be putting up a Sign Up Genius Sign Up Genius. For this, we're probably looking for 3 to 4 folks. That's probably enough. And then again, it will be talking to parents as they drop in. So anybody that signs up needs to feel comfortable being on Zoom, because that's going to be our platform, and answering questions about students. So please do look for a sign up that's going to be put up shortly. And then our last event usually that we do during this semester is the Candy Cane Cocoa. And, you know, in the past, it usually has been done at lunchtime. So right now we're going to be planning on how we can do this. This may be something that we can do actually with the folks that are on campus, and then look for something that we can possibly do for the students that are not on campus. So we're going to be looking at alternatives of how we can do something like this based on the situation. But as we get closer, we're going to be looking at alternatives. But we really want to do some of these types of events and reinvent them in a different sort of way to recognize our students and make it somewhat like it's been in the past. Any questions on that? Okay, I'm gonna flip back to our agenda. Right now, because of everything being remote, there's obviously a lot less signups. But there are signups on Sign Up Genius for families to volunteer and to donate. I think Denise mentioned one of them. Recently, the Fine Arts Association had gift baskets that were donated, so there was a lot of response to that. And so there's not as many opportunities at this point. However, there are opportunities, so encourage you to go out there periodically and check because it's always evolving. And as new groups understand what their needs are, they are reaching out, and we are putting up Sign Up Geniuses. So I just encourage you to go out there periodically and check. Any questions on that? Just since the last time we met, we did pay our annual subscription for Sign Up Genius. So we have that for another year. Then after that, from a budget and spend forecast perspective, the next big one that comes up is usually an event that we do for Catholic Schools Week. And then, from there, there's other events that we generally have. Of course, we're always looking and seeking donations, and for every $100 that you contribute to the Parent Association, it goes towards service hours. So just encourage you to do it if that is an area that you're interested in. Any other questions? I always try to wrap up before a little bit after 9. So just want to make sure that we've covered everything that everybody has, or if anybody has any questions or comments. Okay. There's not any further ones. Remember that tomorrow is the town hall, so I'm sure that there will be more materials on during that session as well. So with that, I'm gonna do the closing prayer. Father, Son. As we close this meeting, Lord, we want to honor you. Thank you, God, for the time that we had today to discuss issues and make decisions. May you bless each person who took the time to gather here today, and let your hand of protection be on them throughout the rest of the week. Let the work done here today come to fruition, and let it be all in your glory. Help us each to do our part to bring the plans discussed to life. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for attending. It's always great to see everybody. I'm going to put the bigger screen up. So it's always great to see everybody. I hope everybody stays well and has a great rest of the month, and we will see you in November. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.